just talk about practice today. What'd you kind of go in expecting to accomplish? I mean, the weather's not real great, but still yet it's another practice. You got to get some things done.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to get something out of today and whatnot. We actually installed a few things, labbed a few things for the fall that'll kind of help us out against some of the fronts that we'll see in the fall. Some of the teams like Georgia State and Appalachian State that we play, that play us in some ways, that we had to install some things to kind of get repped and looked before that. And then, it was raining very hard, but, just working on ball security and, communicating tempo. There's still things you can improve on.
What did you think about your performance in the scrimmage on Friday? I'm sure you've had a chance to kind of look at some of that film. What was your thoughts?
Up and down. I thought at times I did a really good job, kind of commanding the huddle and stuff. And then, I definitely had some missed opportunities. I had a awful throw down here in the red zone that I've been thinking about all weekend. We got Darren Griswold, 6'6", 260 tight end, and I throw it into the first row of the stands. It wasn't too great, but just in terms of MAs, I thought I did, a better job. Still need to cut those down, definitely. But with me and James, it's really just about commanding the huddle and communicating and not messing it up. Just doing your job, really. Not trying to make the big play all the time. And I thought I managed the offense fairly well, but definitely there's so much still I need to improve on. My boot fundamentals. Kind of managing the full B-gap players and stuff like that, and just communicating and just kind of taking advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves.
Are there some advantages to practicing in weather like this? Because there probably will be times where you have to play in adverse conditions.
Absolutely. I think I think this is our fourth practice in the rain, and I don't really remember if we had one game in the rain last year, but that can happen at any time, and it wasn't thundering or lightning out there today, so they're not going to call it. It can come down as hard as it can, and they'll keep blowing the whistles and whatnot. It's just a good opportunity to work on the wet ball fundamentals. The receivers taking their gloves off and catching and throwing and stuff like that, and even in special teams, holding the field goals and stuff like that. So it's definitely an opportunity. Every day is an opportunity. You just got to find a way to get better. Every single day.
With heavy wind and rain, a lot of times you don't want to put the ball in the air as often. One of the big advantages with Freddie's is the legs. How do you feel you're improving in that area, and how comfortable are you in the offense?
In terms of my running ability? The offense can really adapt to anybody who's playing back there. And we got guys working downstairs, Coach Bell and Coach Ellerby and all those guys. They'll find a way to make it work and whatnot. Like I said, with James and myself, it's really just about managing the offense. We're not as explosive with our legs, as Freddie is, but we can, find other ways to manage the offense and whatnot. Like this off season, it was really a goal of mine to really work on my body and whatnot. So I was in there with Coach Shadid. So from that standpoint, I think it's improved from last season. But still gonna have plenty of things to work on this summer with Coach Shadid and whatnot. But kind of like I said, there's been quarterbacks like Brandon Whedon who, can't move at all, and then we've had quarterbacks like Freddie who runs, 4.4, 4.5. So, the offense will adapt to whoever's back there. We just the other day we were watching tape of the Eagles playing against the Cowboys last year, and they had Mark Sanchez back there, and they were doing some things that if Freddie were to go down, God forbid, but if he were to go down, that we could run, with a similar quarterback like those guys up there. Not trying to compare myself to those guys, but just in terms of running ability and whatnot.
In this competition between you and James, how do you guys handle it?
I mean, we're definitely friends off the field and whatnot. So, just kind of going out there every day and just trying to do my job as best I can. It's really that simple. I can sit here and tell you all I want to, but it's just kind of comes down to that and just taking advantage of those opportunities, and putting the ball where it needs to be. Not throwing the ball down the field. If it's not there, taking your back, taking 5 yards, handing the ball off. Just doing the right things. No missed assignments. I think that's really the main thing. The coaches know both of us can throw, and they know both of our skill sets very well. So it's really more of a mental competition than it is a physical, in my opinion.
What do you feel like some of the things that you do bring to the table really well?
There's still plenty I can work on. especially down there, that's all we're really thinking about. But just kind of my leadership capabilities. I think that's something that I really pride myself on. Being able to communicate with the guys and lead them out there and whatnot. But just got to keep improving on those things I keep talking about. Putting the ball in the perimeter when we can, taking what the defense gives us and whatnot, and just continuing to get more athletic, and whatnot, so that it can help us out in the fall. We don't have to totally change the offense if something happens to Freddie and whatnot.
It looks like you guys are going to have at least one, if not two, women on the sidelines coaching you for the spring game Friday night. Your thoughts on that?
I think it's every opportunity that we have for A-State to get out there, I think it's a good one. It'll definitely be different. We've never had a woman coach on the sidelines, but the NFL just hired their first female referee, so maybe it's changed the game's going to. I don't really know. I'm sure they're going to do a great job. Coach Anderson will do a great job helping them out. And with Coach Bardwaj we had last year, he didn't really know too much about the game either. So I'm sure these ladies will do a fine job and take advantage of their opportunities that they got on Friday. They're paying for.